And the last one, because I don't want to just say, oh, it's these influencers, I'm cherry picking. What about Tom Cruise?
The actor.
Tom Cruise, born 1986, year of the tiger, got his first, 1962, the year of the tiger. He got his first bag in 1986 with Top Gun, the year of the tiger. It got a remake in 2022, the year of the tiger, and he became, again, the highest paid actor in Hollywood last year.
Damn.
Tiger in a tiger year. So at this point, how could people even say this is coincidence? I'm going from every single category you can go to.
Yeah. That's nuts. How far does this stuff date back?
Again, when I debate people about this stuff, I'm doing it with two hands behind my back because I'm gatekeeping.
Yes.
I'm only revealing so much information.
So it's been around.
Oh, yeah. It's the thing is, it's pretty much always been a woman's game.
What do you
know? Numerology and astrology, this is what chicks do. And as soon as I started basically making it make sense by giving people historic precedences of how this stuff works, then all of a sudden people start, getting a little bit more interested in how this works. You have to, see, is an influencer, if you're trying to do something, you can't say, oh, these people are just too stupid to understand me. No, brother, it's on you. It's on you. If you want to prove, for an example, like I did, numerology works, you got to get down to sports examples. If you want to prove that numerology works to the sports crowd, give them the Michael Jordan example. If you want to say, oh, the political crowd, let's talk about this. Barack Obama's an 11. Ronald Reagan, the last big guy on the other side, was an 11 life path. He had a cult-like following just like Obama. As a matter of fact, if you look at most of the people who are running for president in this decade, Sarah Palin born on the 11th, John McCain born on the 29th, John Kerry born on the 11th. Come on, man. There's only so many of these guys. So you have to understand it's a pattern that people with 11 energy have charisma.
Yeah.
When you look at a guy like Aiden Ross, the guy looks like a moron to me. but he's got a lot of pull, doesn't he?
He does.
But what day is he born on?
I don't know. Actually.
11th.
Oh, yeah?
That's Joe Rogan, born on the 11th. So the guys with pull have certain birthdays. In the podcast game, it's usually 3 numbers. It's usually 11s, 3s, 33s, and 5s. Those are usually the ones. The 5s are the entertainers. I'm sure people have heard of Zerka this year.
Yeah.
He's a 5, he's born on the 23rd, but he's also a 3 life path. So he has both of the energy. So all you have to do is look at the people around and you'll see Rolo, Sartain, they're running their mouth here all the time.
Yeah.
They're both 3s.
Wow.
You see how this stuff works? What's his name? Crowder, big guy. He's also a 3 life path. MrBeast is a 3 life path. So a comedian, comedy starts with C. C is the 3rd letter. Who's some of the comedians out there? Chris Rock is a 3. When you look down the list, you're going to see that the energy always fits the description. And that's how you know it's real, when you start seeing it with your own eyes.
That's wild.
What year are you born in?
97.
97 is the year of the ox. When did you become a millionaire?
A couple years ago.
2021?
Yeah.
2021, year of the ox.
That's crazy.
This is how it works.
That was the best year financially for me.
So
ever.
Your best year was under your own energy.
Yeah, like by far. Like,
okay, that girl Bobby who's coming up, who might be a plant, who just got an interview with Cuban and Drake.
You saw what happened last night? Drake made her take down the interview.
Ooh. Well, he still got that's going to give her even more publicity. Whatever. Yeah. But here's the point. She started doing her podcast in 2021, year of the ox. Yeah. She's born in 97. See how it works? If you do things when you're supposed to, when your energy's basically compatible, you'll go a lot further. That's why they always say timing is everything, right?
Yeah.
Well, if numerology and astrology, you can time things out correctly.
Yeah. That's good to know. So every 12 years, right, is when your year
every 12 years, when it comes, like, for instance, when you look at Saddam Hussein, he's born in the year of the ox. His enemy year is the goat. He took over Iraq in a goat year. Iraq used to be the crown jewel of the Middle East. Totally destroyed it. He came to power in his enemy year. Joe Biden has not done a very good job as president of the United States. He's a horse. He came to power when?
In 2020.
Year of the rat, his enemy sign. And America's paying the consequences for that action right now. Because if you have someone come to power in your enemy year, it's going to be, very negative. There's 3 guys were pretty much very anti-crypto. Warren Buffett, I would say Joe Biden's been very anti-crypto. Would you agree?
Yeah.
And Patrick Bet-David back in the day was probably the biggest influencer, was running his mouth against crypto.
Yeah.
Agreed?
I remember that.
Okay, all three of those guys. All three of them are born in the year of the horse. Bitcoin was founded in the rat year. Enemy signs. You see, they don't understand. They just hate something. They don't know why. They don't even get this part. And these guys are very successful. We're talking about billionaires and guys worth multi-millions.
Yeah.
But they still don't get this part. And that's why they fail.
Wow. Do you believe in like past lives and reincarnation?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Of course, man. Like, for instance, you're 33.
Yeah.
I know you're an old soul. Why? Because you can't get to that level. You can't get that vibrational energy without going through all those other experiences. That's my problem with Islam. Islam, from the people who are major scholars, say reincarnation goes from the womb, then you're a human, then you die, and that's what they call reincarnation.
Yeah.
Wrong. Not everyone in life has the same mission, but we all have to go through the same experience to actually evolve past this.
Yeah.
And 33 is the pinnacle. Think about it. Albert Einstein, 33 life path, nuclear energy. Thomas Edison, what do you do? Gave us electricity. Light bulb. The Wright brothers, first in flight. Me, numerology. This is what we do. We're the trailblazers.
It's crazy you said old soul because I did past life therapy last week. I've had 700 lives. So you're right about that.
How do you, like, for instance, put all ego aside, okay? How do you think you're here? How do you exactly? But if you only lived once, how do you have that experience?
Right.
So obviously that's my issue with Islam. By the way, I agree with most of the tenets of Islam. Yeah. Don't eat pork, don't drink haram, but there's certain things that I will question because as a numerologist, I know reincarnation is real.
Right.
I know it. So as you earn the right to be a 33, you've been reincarnated so many times. You went through so many life missions and you passed so many through the 1 through 9, through the 11, through the 22. And now you're a 33 and you have the ability to influence others. Yeah. You earn the right, no matter how young you are. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Wow. Wait, why don't you eat pork though?
That's my enemy sign.
Oh.
But I don't think humans should eat pork anyway.
It's not the best for you, right?
No. I mean, listen, don't drink either. Whether you believe in spirits or anything like that, I do think when people drink alcohol, they do have the ability to be possessed. That's why they call it spirits.
Wow. That's creepy. What about colors and shapes? You think those have 100%? Yeah?
Lady in red, brother. Lady in red. Like, for instance, when Donald Trump was campaigning, you'll notice whenever he wears a red tie, he's hitting people hard. He's going after people. Where he's winning a blue tie, more composed. So red is more about aggressive energy. Red is about energy. That's why you have the lady in red in the Matrix. It's all about things of that nature. But blue is more of a trust me color. So when the president of the United States is doing this, go back in the speeches. Look at him. You'll see it yourself.
Wow. Never even thought about that. So everything's like subconscious almost.
Everything has vibrational energy, whether you realize or not. The colors, the shapes, everything. Yeah. I'm talking about numerology and astrology because numerology is the #1 source code for matrix hack. There's others. If you have moles in certain places, that tells you about how someone is. If you have a certain shape of your face, but those things are very hard to teach. Yeah, the numerology, you can actually use examples and people can see with their own eyes because that's what has to happen. People have to see it with their own eyes to believe it.
Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode.